guys, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, I'm going to be starting to cover here. This is the first video covering little 11-year-old Gannon Stauch. The trial for his murder is starting up next week. His stepmonster, Letecia Stauch, is accused of murdering this little boy back in January of 2020. Jury selection, like we heard in the video, begins on Monday, March 20th, and they're hoping the trial itself can start on April 3rd, and we will get streaming video of the trial in the courtroom, so I will be doing video updates here as well. So this is Gannon, a life taken far, far, far too soon, and just when I thought there couldn't have been anyone more evil out there. I mean, we just talked about Angela Polina with poor Tommy and his brothers. Here comes Letecia Stauch. She is accused. I'm going to give you a trigger warning here. Again, this whole series with this case will be highly triggering, so please take care of yourselves first. He was found with 18 stab wounds, a gunshot to the jaw, and that's not even everything. I'm going to go over the probable cause later this week. That is pretty heart-wrenching, and I haven't even finished reading it. It is pretty, it's hard to read. So we're just going to go again, continue through the timeline here. There's still going to be a lot I haven't covered. So the trial will cover everything, which is, definitely going to answer a lot more of our questions. But so here's Gannon, and I'm going to go over the timeline here. All right, so Monday, January 27th, 2020, 6:55 p.m., El Paso County Sheriff's Office dispatch receives a call of a runaway child, 6600 block of Mandan Drive in the Lorson Ranch neighborhood. And then 7:32 p.m., Gannon Stauch entered into the state and national databases as an active runaway. Last seen between 3 and 4 p.m. on the 27th. Nothing found on initial search. Then we jump to Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. 12:29 p.m. Case is turned over to the APSO investigators, and detectives conduct interviews, collect surveillance, follow up on additional leads. Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. Investigation continues. Thursday, January 30th, 2020. Upgraded case from runaway to endangered missing child. EPSO requests resources from NCMEC and FBI Crimes Abduction Rapid Deployment Team. Friday, January 31st, 2020. This is actually when Letecia Stauch speaks exclusively to 11 News reporter Spencer Wilson. I'm not showing it on this video, but she speaks to him and says a bunch of garbage, and sadly brings her 17-year-old daughter into the mix as well. So I will include a link to that, and we can go over that if you guys want to in another video as well. All right, then we move on to Thursday, February 13th, 2020. Search for Gannon moves into Douglas County. Friday, February 21st, 2020. Douglas County search suspended. Sheriff's Office says there remains potential for search efforts to start up at any time. Monday, March 2nd, 2020. Letecia Stauch is arrested in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. Letecia reportedly attacked a deputy and was held in a Kansas jail, according to a source. Yeah, she's got a lot more crazy than that, guys. Thursday, March 5th, 2020, Letecia arrives in Colorado Springs for a video advisement hearing. Friday, March 20th, 2020, authorities announced they believe they found the remains of Gannon in Florida and filed new charges against Letecia. Thursday, March 13th, 2020, judge announced a trial date for Letecia, which was March 20th, 2023. So that pretty much leads us up to now. There is a lot in between, and I will cover as much of it as possible, or if you guys would just prefer that we go over the arrest, probable cause affidavit in the next video, and then go kind of on a, go through the trial as it goes through. So this is a video Letecia took on the Sunday night prior to Gannon's death. And it's haunting to hear how upset Gannon is and the way she speaks to him. So it's about some candle, and I'm just going to play it, and I know I'm going to keep saying it, but again, trigger warning. So here we go.
Well, devastating. Initially, Scott, I can't lie, when the TMZ information...
Gannon, I promise this is the last time I'm going to ask you. I'm just freaked out, okay? Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose?
He did it.
Okay, you promise. You promise.
On purpose.
Pinky promise.
Pinky.
Okay, alright, so, listen. We're gonna have to sell stuff to fix it. Okay? So, we figure out what we gotta sell. We can sell the sofa. We can sell whatever. Because we gotta get it fixed, so lady, don't be mad at us and kick us out of the house. Okay? You got it?
Isn't that haunting? She is going after this 11-year-old boy, and it's believed that this wasn't the first time. She taunted Gannon about supposedly a knocked over candle. And then the next day, she kills this poor 11-year-old boy. And also that night that we see through the probable cause and all the information from law enforcement, she was searching Google for a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So here is some of the Google searches. It is difficult to read, so I'm going to try to zoom on it as much as I can and just kind of read some of the searches that Letecia Stauch was doing. She was searching for things like this. Now, this is starting the 25th of January, 2020, and it goes all the way to 1/28 of 2020. So you're talking before she killed Gannon and after she killed Gannon. You've got searches for find real military singles. Parenting should be about 4 people, not 1. I'm overdoing all the work for my stepkids, and their mom doesn't help. Mom advice from stepmom. If you aren't involved in your kid's life, you are shitty. My husband's ex-wife does nothing for her kids. I wonder if my husband's ex-wife is going to send me a card since I raise her kids. I wonder if my husband's ex-wife is sending me a Valentine's card since I raise her kids. One day some people will wish they treated you differently. Now that one's interesting. Why should my husband choose me over family? Find me a rich guy who wants me to take care of his kids and get paid. It's crappy. Some parents don't care for their kids or buy them presents. Parents are those who put their kids before their nails. My son burned the carpet. How do I fix it? Now that was supposedly on the 27th. That was around after midnight. Supposedly due to this candle that Gannon tipped over onto the carpet, which we just watched the video of. I don't believe that that's the way it happened at all. And then you got school is out. Is it okay for my kid to stay home alone? Colorado law for kids staying at home. Son sick, could he stay home? El Paso Sheriff's Office number. Police steps for our missing child. And that was on 128. So, and that's the father, and that's the family. So, there is a lot of very strange searches. And I don't know exactly what's going on with her. But as we've seen in other trials, other cases, those Google searches are going to bite her in the butt because they have those records as well as her phone. Now, she left her phone at home the day that she killed Gannon. While she was supposedly going to the Petco or PetSmart, doing other frivolous errands, which we saw caught on the neighbors' cameras outside. But at the same time, and then she comes home and she reactivates the phone. So obviously that phone was left there on purpose so they couldn't track her, but they sure can check out other things. They could check out your Google searches, Letecia. They know. They know. This is, again, there's just so much going on. She's got stuff going on in the jail. She's written to the judge multiple times. It's just, she's crazy, but she's not crazy. She's been found competent. She's not insane. And her side apparently has another expert that the judge was stating that was supposed to provide them with a report. And as of today, I don't believe that's been supplied to the court. And with Monday being the start of jury selection, I don't think that they're starting out pretty good with the judge on the defense side of things. But that said, the judge has said she's competent to stand trial. I don't believe she's insane. She knows what she's doing, and she murdered this little boy in some sort of a rage. And it's suspected that it's jealousy. That her husband, which is Gannon's father, Al, now he was out of town when this all happened, that she's jealous of the relationship that Al had with his son. I mean, you gotta be kidding, you know? I mean, that's his son. And this woman has a child of her own at the time. She had a 17-year-old, and she got her sort of involved in this. We'll discuss that further as well. She seems to be a key witness on the state's side of the case. Her mom texted her that 27th, asking her to bring home cleaning supplies. So from what we understand, Harley didn't know what was going on in the home. And sadly, Gannon also has a younger sister. And when she got home from school, Letecia told her to go outside and play, which was not normal either. So she seemingly did a decent job of cleaning up until law enforcement and CSI came in there. And I won't get into that on this particular video because that even gets more detailed and triggering, and that will be the time we'll talk about it on the arrest probable cause affidavit. So yeah, this is a case. I mean, there's evil, and then there's just, what other word do you have that's even more evil for evil? I don't even know what word to give Letecia. She's beyond evil. Seriously. And this poor boy caught her wrath, and somewhere along the line, she had some sort of rage and jealousy to him. And then she brutally murdered him, seemingly in his bedroom. And then she put him in a suitcase, traveled from Colorado to South Carolina with her 17-year-old daughter, who We don't know, but we believe she probably didn't know her stepbrother was in a suitcase in the van, but I don't know. I would hope he does, she didn't know. And I guess they made a stop on their way from between Colorado and South Carolina in North Florida, where she dumped the suitcase with Gannon's remains in it. Very, very, very disturbing and sick woman. Like I said, I don't know what word to give her because evil just does not seem to be enough. Yeah. But all right, guys, I wanted to get the basics down for this case. I'll go over in the next video. We'll go over the probable cause. And you guys let me know if you want me to go over anything else. We may do a live on it maybe next week. Since they're doing the jury, I have a live coming up. I'm actually going to start doing lives. Guess I should tell you guys that first. I'm going to start trying to do one a week, if not every other week, if a schedule permits, on Saturday or Sundays. And this Saturday afternoon, I will be getting that scheduled very soon. I'm going to have a special guest with me, and we'll be discussing a different case that's near and dear to my heart. So maybe next weekend we can do an open panel if you guys are interested in open discussion on this case before the actual trial begins in April 3rd or thereabouts. So let me know in the comments if that's something that interests you as well. But we got to get justice for this boy. He's innocent, and his life was brutally taken from him. Alright guys, I want to thank you for checking out the video. Do me a favor on your way out, hit the thumbs up, that like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would love it if you would. That way if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, every time I post a new video, you'll be notified. Alright guys, have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.